Hi there, it's Anne from Curious Moon Design. Join me today where I'm going to show you how I made these beautiful signature covers from trash. Okay, these are the little bits and pieces I'm going to be using. They're cut up photographs, bits of my writing from journals, some plans, cards, and some homemade paper. Just all bits like that. Finished pieces. I put all my strips on and they're well stuck down. I've had them under some books. I've cut around the edges here just to make them a bit neater. And this one I put a bit of fabric on as well, and a bit more colour on that one. A bit of fabric there, just gives it a bit more texture. First of all, I'm going to put some tea on them, just to stain them, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I'm going to put some tea on. I've got some tea and water here, so I've got it in an old vinegar bottle, so it just squirts. So I've tea stained both of these now, so you can see they're a little bit darker, and I've allowed them to dry, put them under some books. But first I want to put a bit of colour on here, so I'm going to use some inks and water. I did do a little bit, and then my camera went a bit odd, so I'm going to use this and put some ink on. So we'll get that organised. Okay, well I just wanted to take you through the stages I'm at with making up these little journal folders or signature covers. So I've cut them up into notebook size and mini journal size, and I'm just showing you the stages I'm going through. So this is at the first stage, and I'm just experimenting with putting more inks on, and you can see there's a little sort of iridescent green area there. The next stage is to ink up the edges. I'll show you what that looks like. So this is a smaller one, and you can see the difference inking up the edges makes. It just defines it more. And I quite like that. I like that defined edge. Gives it a bit more interest. So that's the second stage. The third stage is I've added a bit more fabric. So I've defined the edges and then added a bit more layering. Haven't done anything with the inside as yet. So that's the next stage on. You can see how much more interesting they are becoming. And then the next stage will be to add even more interest. So I haven't added this piece of fabric yet, and I'm just playing around with putting this image that I've cut out of an owl on the front with the this is one of our little labels from, I think it's the Traveller's Pack or one of those on Etsy, and then adding some words. But I could add also, if I wanted a closure, a button there. So I'm building up each time. So we've gone from just cutting out the collaged area to, as you can see, quite a difference. So I'm going to finish this now, and I haven't added anything in the inside. I was going to add one of my pages on the inside, but I haven't done that. I quite like this, but I'm going to add some pages by sewing them in and finish these off to their next stages, and then I'll come back and show you how they all look. So here we are. I've just finished the signature covers, and I'll just show you what I've done to each one. So on this one, as you can see, I've added some stitch work. Quite easy to stitch through card and paper on the sewing machine. And I've added some washi tape and inked up all the edges. On the other side you can see some more stitching. I've added some more labels and some washi tape. Just gives added interest, and I put a stamp there. Inside, more washi tape. I've just put that over the stitch line because I just thought it looked rather effective there, just bringing it from the front through to the inside. And then I've stitched up the pocket, so it's quite secure there now, and added another label. So that's that one. This one I've added a little signature that I already sort of put together, and I rounded the edges on this one, added a button with some red cotton. On the other side I've just added to go with a button, a tape measure, and there's some stitch lines there and another label. I've left the edge here square, and a little pin or a brad there just as a closure for that one. Rather like this one, and the inside I've left again stitched up a little pocket there. So that's that one. This one I've rounded the edges. I'm not sure if I'd added the butterflies last time, but and then there's some inks on there scattered, some more labels, a bit of stamping, and again a bit of stamping on this side. This was some ink that I just splattered on there. and a few more of the little labels from the pack that we have on Etsy. And inside I've left it plain like that, stitched up the pocket and put a little label there. And I rather like that this is all my handwriting from years ago. Quite nice memory to see that. And just put another label there. This one with the owl on, the old banyan tree. I've added some washi tape. You can see it's sort of got script on it in gold. It's just rather effective there. I made a card and paper button. Put some stitching down there. I've added another little label from the pack and added a brad there, another label, and some more washi tape there. You can see it's sort of, whether you can catch the gold there, and then stitched up the pocket. I rounded the edges on the pocket just to make it a little bit different, and then this will come through and catch there. I rather like that next to the ivy. So there they are. I'm going to fill them with paper signatures, and on the next video I'm just going to show you how I populate them with all the paper. So I hope you enjoyed that step-by-step make, and I may add this collage, the background, to one of our newsletter freebies. I'll just work on it a little bit more. So if you enjoyed that, please press the subscribe button and the like button, and come back again next time when I'll be crafting with some paper or fabric. Bye for now, everyone.